All right, Shalom. This is Gamali Allah. I'm Great Millstone, Atlanta. I want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim, pushing out this truth and sincerity. All right, this is a quick lesson, and this is going to be entitled, The Federal Reserve Museum mentions the RFID microchip. And so I just did a recent visit to the Federal Reserve Museum, and we had also visited as a camp, but I just happened to go back recently, and I basically took my kids or whatever. Anyway, long story short, the museum has a lot of presentation videos. Like, they have screens all around, and you'll hit a button and it'll play a short video, going into different aspects of money, the history of the Federal Reserve, how inflation works, just different informational things. Now, in the corner, on one of the things, and also they don't let you record in there. So you just gotta, you gotta lock your phone away. They don't let you record or whatnot. But basically, when you're in there, in the corner, they had one segment of the museum where it was like based in the future, and it was like, I think it said something about like the future of payments, year 2200, something like that. And so they had this little screen where the lady, I guess she's like a futurist, a teller. She's a bank teller in the future. And she's like a bank teller in the future, and she basically kind of interacts with you. It's a scripted video, but it's not AI, but she interacts with you as if, you're responding, as if, she's talking to you directly. Anyway, the lady on the video, she was like, welcome, she had a little greeting introduction, and she was like, welcome, whatever. She was like, okay, she was like, a part of her script was that she was like, she was like, let me do an iris scan to see if you're in our database. And then like it did, error, like, oh, she was like, you didn't come up in a database. And then she was like, okay, well, let me try to see if your microchip implant reads. And then it was like, that didn't read either, because like I said, this is supposed to be based in the future. So, basically she's like, okay, you're not in the system. And so she was like, oh, you must be from the past. And then so she was like, okay, well, you can try one of our antique forms of payment. And you would click on cash. It had like different buttons: cash, check, credit, debit, and ACH, which is bank transfer payment. Anyway, she was like, and then you click on one, and then it breaks down what cash is and the history of cash and whatnot, and then you click on the next. So it's more so informative. But obviously the point that I'm bringing out here is the fact that the lady on the screen, on the screen recording, she was like, she mentioned the RFID chip. That was the whole point. That's the whole point of what I'm bringing out, is that the lady, Slakia, close this out. The lady mentioned the RFID chip. All right, she said, do you have, and it's based in the future. So you can't make this up. You can't make this up at all. Like, basically, that's proving that the next form of payment, this is the Federal Reserve Museum. These are the people that handle transactions. They do a lot of work. I think the big Fed prints the money, But these are the ones that distribute the money, and they distribute the money, and they shred the old money, and then they give new money to the bank, the new notes to the banks, and all that. So these, like I said, this is the Federal Reserve. If anyone knows about money and the future of money, it's the Federal Reserve. All right. And so they're telling, the Federal Reserve themselves are telling you that this is the future of money. This is what's to come. She basically scanned. She did an iris scan, didn't read. Then she did the next scan, which was she said, microchip implant. And like I said, I don't know if they don't allow recording intentionally for that reason, but that could be one of the reasons why they don't let you record. But I couldn't get it on video, obviously. But that, that's just the point. That's just the point, is that this is the future of money. All right. And Esau is rolling out his agenda. Okay, he's rolling this thing out because he wants to establish a cashless society, and he wants to do digital, all digital payments. So we'll go ahead and get, of course, Revelation 13:16, and he calls it all, both small and great, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Now, this is what cuts people who say, oh, it's not the CHIP, is because it mentions buying and selling. Now, when we're talking about buying and selling, that is payment systems. That goes into, commerce and payment systems. So with buying and selling, it would have to be the CHIP. It would have to be the CHIP. All right. And how much more proof do you need other than the actual Federal Reserve, themselves telling you that the future of payment, the future of buying and selling is the CHIP, is the microchip implant? How much more proof do you need? So this alone proves that this is the truth. Okay, the MOTB is the microchip implant. All right, which we've been saying it for years, but that's what it is. All right, so that this wasn't really intended to be a super long video. Of course we know we know the scriptures dealing with the MOTB. But yeah, hey, look, this thing is rolling out. So, with that, I'm going to end out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, KAKWADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Shalom.